Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of Movie Monday. While a lot of the rest of the world was out seeing Avengers Infinity War again this weekend, or for the first time, I went and saw Tully, a new movie by the team behind Juno, Jason Reitman as director and Diablo Cody as the writer. It was very surreal because I was the only person in my screening last night. But I really enjoyed the movie. It was, so if you're unfamiliar, Tully is the story kind of following Charlize Theron's character. She is a mother of two with a third on the way, third born very early in the movie. The third wasn't necessarily planned, and she's already very stressed out with the two children that she has. In particular, one of them appears to be somewhere on the spectrum, potentially, and so that has a lot of needs, and she and her family aren't necessarily in a position of great wealth to kind of really accommodate a student that needs, or a child that has those kinds of needs. So they're trying their best, but you can see she's very worn down. She's very kind of tired. She is very tired a lot of the time. She kind of gets introduced to the idea of a night nanny by her brother, played by Mark Duplass. And this night nanny is basically going to come to the house and take care of the baby so that the mother can sleep, so that Charlize Theron's character can sleep. Marlo, yeah. Marlo, yes. And so Tully shows up. She is this night nurse, and she's played by Mackenzie Davis, who I recognize from the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror. And she is a manic pixie dream girl for Charlize Theron's character. Manic Pixie Dream Girl, kind of that archetypal, kind of quirky character that usually helps a guy who's, down on his luck, or he's, looking for love. The Manic Pixie Dream Girl kind of archetype helps that character kind of get through whatever kind of block they're facing. And so this character of Tully very much serves in that same kind of capacity, but instead of it being for like some love-struck guy, it is for the very run-down mother character that Charlize Theron is playing. She comes in, takes care of the kid, and we see the transformation of how kind of even just that little extra rest and care is putting Charlize Theron in a new light. She's putting on makeup. She's kind of feeling better about herself. She's more energized. She's taking care of her family in a better, healthier way, and that's all kind of thanks to Tully. So it's a really interesting kind of look at the trials and tribulations of motherhood, and kind of what a character like that needs. I really enjoyed the film. I thought everybody does a really great job in it. Ron Livingston plays Charlize Theron's husband from Office Space, if you're familiar with that film. He has definitely some fun, I definitely see myself in him a little bit, to the degree that she comes up, after a long day of taking care of the kids and everything, she comes up and he's already there in bed playing Gears of War on his Xbox. And I was telling some friends at work today, I was like, so I can see a path where I go that route, but I'm going to not go that route. I don't want to be the guy playing, video games in bed if, my wife is in need of support. I don't want to be that guy. But he's not a bad guy. He works, he does the homework with the kids. That's just kind of how he unwinds at the end of the day. It's a really good film. The chemistry between Charlize Theron and Mackenzie Davis, kind of in that Manic Pixie Dream Girl-esque kind of dynamic, is really strong. I really enjoyed kind of anytime the two of them were sharing scene and kind of Mackenzie Davis, Tully, was kind of really alleviating the burden from Marlo, Charlize Theron's character. So lots of really good stuff in here. I really enjoyed it. It's only about 90 minutes. It was a very short, kind of quick, in and out kind of movie. Lots of comedy in here. Very much interesting to see kind of Charlize Theron in this kind of state. And it's not one of those, I don't want to be one of those, oh my God, she, put so much into changing her appearance for this. But I did see in a trivia thing that she, deliberately put on 30 pounds by doing lots of junk food, and it definitely you see Charlize Theron in this movie, and it's like, that is not the Charlize Theron that is, out there being the Snow Queen or whatever in Snow White and stuff like that, the fairest of them all. This is she lets herself be a rundown mother, and kind of everything that entails. It's not, she's not portraying this in a very glamorous light. This is a realistic portrayal kind of a character. So I really enjoyed seeing that, and it was an interesting kind of different role for her to be playing. I've never seen her role in Monster, which she won the Academy Award for, but it has like hints of that, just in that she went all out. This is very different than Atomic Blonde that I saw her in last, I believe, for example. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend checking out. It's a smaller film. It's going to need a lot of help in the wake of something like Avengers: Infinity War, so I don't expect it to blow things up, but it could become like a little indie darling in the same way that Juno did, and I hope it does, because I really enjoyed my time with it. So those are my thoughts on Tully. Let me know what you thought about the movie if you've seen it in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter, and until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.